everyone, welcome to North Bay Produce's video cooking series. Today we're going to be making a savory tart with caramelized onions and asparagus. So you always want to start by washing all of your produce. Wash your hands too. So I use about 3 onions for this recipe, and we're going to be slicing these onions in 1/4 inch slices, and we're going to break them up into rings when we put them in the bowl so that they're easier to put in the pan. You want to start your pan at a medium-high heat. I always use a heavy bottom pan for this because this is a long cooking process. Add about 2 or 3 tablespoons of clarified butter, and we're going to be adding those onion rings. Next, we're going to start with our North Bay asparagus. You can use purple asparagus for this as well if you can get your hands on it, but today we're going to be using green. I always rinse my asparagus. After washing and drying the asparagus, I always like to take about 1 inch to 2 inches off the bottom of the spears because they're really tough and you don't want that in your final dish. I use puff pastry for this recipe, and I used both sheets of the puff pastry that come in the package, overlapping those pastry sheets slightly on the bottom just so that you can seal them up when you make the full tart. Roll it out a little bit, make sure that it's nice and flat. You're going to start at your corner and you're going to work all the way around, gently folding over the pastry until you get to the very, very end, and it's going to look like a pie crust. Now we're going to make an egg wash. The egg wash, we had an egg, a little bit of water, and we're going to mix it until it's fully combined, and we'll use that egg wash to go around the pastry. I use a pastry brush, and you just have to go around those edges. This will make a very nice golden brown crust. Our onions are looking really good. They're all caramelized, so we're going to take those off the heat, and then with a pair of tongs, we're just going to spread those over the pastry. We want them nice and even all across. Sprinkle your Swiss cheese over the pastry. You can start with 1/4 cup, but I always use more. Now we're going to add our trimmed asparagus spears. We're going to place those with the tips alternating along the pastry tart, and that will give it a really pretty looking finish. Then we're going to preheat the oven to 400 degrees. Once that's ready, we're going to pop in our pastry tart, and we'll cook it for around 40 minutes. While that's cooking, I'm going to make the glaze. I add some apple cider vinegar and some Dijon mustard. Mix that together until it's nice and smooth. Once you pull out your pastry, you're going to take the sauce and we're going to drizzle the sauce over the top of the warm pastry. Finish it up with some fresh cracked pepper and some sea salt. So good.